Yo, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time we're taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Dark of the Moon Shockwave. Now, ever since Studio Series started, people were hoping for a later class Shockwave figure, and we got it, and some people are a little disappointed by it, but I think overall, the figure is pretty much what we wanted. Anyways, taking a look at some of the spare stuff, you can see that we get a human with a parachute as well as 2 spare figures. We will take a look at those later. I just wanted to show that off with the alt mode present. But taking a look at the alt mode, he transforms into the Cybertronian tank that a lot of the toys used. He never transformed this in the film. Now, for anyone who's going to say, well, actually, he transformed this probably in the Driller. You know, you don't know that because you never saw him in the Driller. And to that I say, he never transformed into this in the movie. So, there's that. Anyways, he's got this nice purple metallic color scheme throughout the toy that's painted over a lot of the parts. It's also very scratched off. So, it looks like it's a beaten up toy, or it's just some detailed thing, whatever you want to call it. It looks good is what I'm essentially saying, and I can't words good today. Anyways, taking a look at the tank, you will see some similar nods to the Megatron, like how the face is being covered. That's because some of this is reused from the Voyager class Megatron, which is kind of funny because the Optimus Prime had a Voyager class toy that went into Leader class, and this is essentially doing that for Megatron, except it's making a totally different character. I think that overall it's not too distracting. There are a couple of parts that I feel like they shouldn't have used, but overall I do like the look of it. You can see the little barrel things on the back. Apparently they're supposed to charge up his little cannon thing, but I'm not entirely sure about that. You got the hose on the side. There's also another plug-in port right here where the hose can plug in, but I'm not entirely sure why they did that. There's no reason for it, so you can just leave it here. So there's that. It's kind of strange, but whatever. And you do have the blade on top, which just slips off very easily. You're better off trying to get a spare of the original blade because this one's just not that good. I do like the silver paint application on the rubbery plastic. And you can tell it's rubbery plastic because of the way it moves and also the fact that it's warped, so that's fantastic. These are also rubbery plastic, but I understand that. The barrel is also rubbery plastic, but with the little tips, I kind of understand that. And the hand is rubbery plastic. The tube, of course, is also rubbery plastic. Anyways, with that out of the way, I think that's mostly it. You know, you can see the head inside there. That doesn't look so bad. And overall, I kind of like. I kind of like it. I like how aggressive the treads are, especially right here. That looks pretty nice. But yeah, that is the tank mode. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. So to transform it, what you're going to do is take off the arm, like so. And you're going to take off the blade too. I mean, you can just leave it onto the side, but I believe that some of the toys have it like this. You can also just leave it on top if you want, but I'm not going to do that. I kind of like the difference in the alt mode and robot mode. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue on with the transformation now that these are untabbed from the torso. What you're going to do next is you're going to take the back here and you're going to untab the back from the shoulders and you're going to open these up like so. With that out of the way, you're going to pop this out. There is a little peg that will go into the hole here. And you're going to swing that up like so. Now, when you swing this down, you want to make sure that this joint is straight back as far as it will go. And then on this joint, you want to move it back. Because if you do it the other way around, you move this back as far as it will go, and then try to tab this in. It's just difficult. Anyways, you're going to separate the legs from the side and bring them around. And this is apart from the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, is these joints right here. But before we do that, I gotta lift this camera up. So you're going to slide those into there like so, and they will just connect like that. You're going to take the feet, and they're on a double joint, and they will slide back. You take this, and you will fold that back. And that's just a piece from the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron that you really just don't need. You are probably better off detaching that. It's just going to cause more problems because this just flops around. It's not that fun. Anyways, fold that back. and then rotate that around like so. And here, what I like to do is bend the knees, and then you could also fold up the kneecaps. They're on a separate joint. Next, what you want to do is open these up. There is a tab right here that you want to collapse this into, like so. Like so. You want to take the backpack, fold that down. That will tab into place. You can move these barrels out of the way. You can fold the head down into here. You can fold out this little finger like so. And once you got that done, you could take the blade and plug that onto the bottom like so. And there is your Dark of the Moon Shockwave in robot mode. Ah, what a nice looking toy. Oh, one more thing. You can also move the ankle joint if you want. Taking a look at this toy, it looks fantastic. Oh, I just love the styling of it. The paint job is wonderful. The one thing I need to point out with the paint job, I wish there was some purple right here and some purple right here. Otherwise, not bad at all. He looks aggressive, he looks tough, he looks strong, he looks like Shockwave, he looks like the Dark of the Moon Shockwave. I love how big and bulky this little arm section thing here is. I like how long and just large his cannon is. I mean, you know, people have complained... Oh, and this also moves if you want that. People have complained that this uses Voyager-class parts, is about the same size as a Voyager-class toy, so it should be a Voyager-class toy. But honestly, he's got some big, chunky parts to him that makes me feel like, okay, he is bigger than a Voyager-class toy, but I can't really call it a Leader-class toy, but it is totally worth the Leader-class price. I mean, I'm also the guy that... My most expensive figure that I got in my collection is my Masterpiece Shockwave, so that's saying something. But yeah, I mean, look at this. The nice purple coloring going through this with the scratched up bits. It looks amazing. The silver touches on the hand, which the hand moves just a little bit, and it does have a porthole on the top there, so you can attach stuff. Pretty nice. The one thing that... Actually, I got a number of things to complain about, but one of the things I don't like is the blade. It falls out pretty easily. I don't even mind the fact that it's rubber. It's the fact that it falls out. It's not a big deal, and yes, I know how to fix it, but whatever. Another thing that I don't like is how the feet are designed. So, the feet in general, the look is good, but it's just the joint, and I don't know. I just feel like it needs some point to where it can click into place. Otherwise, I just feel like because you got this chunky bit on the back, it's just going to fall backwards upon its weight. It doesn't, but I just get that feeling. And also, I want to point out that these parts are from the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Speaking of which, I'm going to do a little comparison between that and the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. So let's bring this out a little bit. So here's the Shockwave. And here's the Megatron. So the back of the legs are the toes of Megatron. So that's pretty cool. These parts are shared as well. You can see that on Megatron. The joints in the neck are shared. The joints that have the transformation bit in the waist, you know, those are the same. There's probably a couple of other things that are similar to these guys, but I think they did a very good job between the two. I also want to make a point that you should you should not try and split the back of the legs, because of course the toes do that, but there's so much plastic surrounding that you're gonna break it if you try. But yeah, I mean, he looks fantastic. You know, people can complain all they want, but this is very hollow, I will say. The torso is very hollow, and this was surprisingly large for a Voyager-class toy for its time. Oh, and also these are the same, but I'm not sure why they added it to the Shockwave. For this Shockwave, he's just so hefty that I feel like it's not so bad in this class. Let's take a look at the extra stuff. So you get this parachute guy. You guys know who this is because his one weakness is a sheet. He's also got little portholes on the feet that you can tab onto Shockwave. So if you want that, you could go ahead and do so. Usually I just leave this off to the side, but yeah, it's just a little sheet. It's like a kitchen table sheet or something. It's just on string. I wish it was on wire so that you can just pose this, but unfortunately it's not. And then you also have Wheelie and Brains. The box makes them look much bigger than they should be. I think that's just because they want to actually show these off, and it's really hard to show these off if they're super small. But let me try and get a zoom in on that. Oh god, it's hard to talk right now. But yeah, they got some paint applications, decent detail. I did have to shave the feet of Wheelie to make them stand, but otherwise, they're cool, but they're going to be easy to get lost. So yeah, you might want to try to put them somewhere where you can find them. Besides that, Shockwave is amazing. He looks the part, he feels big. Couple of complaints aside, I love this thing. He is amazing. Just a great toy. Totally recommend it. So with that out of the way, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and I will see you guys next time.